Hello friends, Ashton here. So today I'm going to share a new project, and this project I'm going to call it Form Sign. So what I'm planning to do here is to send a sign request with Google Form, and the user can then get a link to sign the document. So basically, a Google document on your Google Drive, and we're going to send this with Gmail, and all the data can be saved to your Google Drive, and you also can have all the data in a Google Sheet like this. So let me just give you a very quick demo here. And in this spreadsheet here right now, I'm linked to a Google form. So if I go to Tools and go to the Live Form, and I can submit a test. So because right now this is a simple test, and first some required fields I need, an email address, right? And I need to get the name of the signee here. So I'm going to put my email here and put my name here. And other fields, if you want to add other fields, you can add them too in the form. So I'm going to test as a test comment here, and I'm going to submit it. All right, so once the form is submitted, it's going to save some data. So this is the data from the form, and all the other columns, they're started with underscore. They are the data added by the script. So right now you will see here the status for this one is pending, and it's going to generate a URL for basically for the users to sign. And if I'm checking my email here, probably should get an email here. All right, I think just wait a few seconds, or maybe just reload it. Okay, so I got an email like this, and you will see, so this is the subject line and the body of the email, and you got a link here to sign this request. So basically send to the user. So if I open this link, this is a web application, and the content, so this content here, I'm going to show you later how you can create them. So they are basically just a public Google document. So it's published, and then we can use it as iframe. So in here, you can add some placeholders in your documents. So like, for example, if I want to show, so basically in this placeholder, we can collect some data from, add some dynamic data. So if I have this comment here in the form, so anything user entered there is going to be added here after the sign, right? And you will see here I got the full name of from the form, and this is a very important one, special one for the signature, and the date. They're special because they are used for the signature and the time, the date they signed the document. All right, so right now if I'm trying to sign it, and I'm going to add my name here, I'm going to submit. So then the application is going to add this signature to the document, and it's going to create the document and a PDF file. And so when this is done, you'll see a message like this. So this is the end, and we should get a new email. In the meantime, let me go back to the spreadsheet here. So you will see here the date. So this signed document. So if I open this document, so you will see this is signed document with the comments here, and the name is updated, and the signature is updated, and the date is updated. And here is the copy of the PDF. Basically the same content, but in a PDF format, right? And in the email, so this is the email, this is a different email, this is a signed email. So you will see the same PDF file. All right, so I think this is I need to download it. You will see here this preview here, and the link to the application. So basically you can customize all of this information. I'm going to show you later. So basically the process is like this. So you created a form and link it in our script, and then you can use it as something like this. So basically the whole process is very easy to understand, right? So the users submit the form, and you will send an email to them with a link to our application, and the user is going to sign with that link. And so once it's signed, and then we're going to create the document and the PDF file with all the placeholders updated, including the signature image updated, and you save all of this data to your Google Drive, and you can send the signed document to the users, right? So that's basically about the project, and if you think this is something you're looking for, and follow the following instructions, I'm going to I'm going to show you how to set up the project from scratch. Okay, so let's start it. So first, I'm going to share the project with you, so you can make a copy of the project. All right. So I'm going to copy this project. I'm going to name it. Maybe I'm going to put YouTube here to tell the difference. I'm going to put them in the same folder, I guess. Okay, so now I have this new file created. Let me check if I have the form copied or not. So I also have the form copied, but so let me just open the folder of this file. So you will see here I also copied all this form here. So I'm not sure if you also get a copy of this form, because I have the ownership of the form here. So if you don't have this, if you cannot copy this form, maybe you need to create the form from scratch. So in the spreadsheet, you can go to the tools and create a new form and link it to the spreadsheet. It's going to do the same thing. Okay, so right now I have this copied. I have this copy, right? So this is the copy. Let me just put a copy here. So what I need to do here, so first I need to have the trigger installed. And for the first time, when you run that script, it's going to ask you for the authorization. So just complete the process and select your account here and click on Advanced. Then go to this link. All right, so continue. Okay, so all the APIs we're using, or the scopes we're asking for the access, so Gmail, Google Drive, so the Google Documents, and spreadsheet. Okay, so this is the form, and this is the trigger. Okay, so let's just allow all of them. So when this is done, so I need to go back to the application. I need to install this again. Okay, it's not an installation. So the first time you click on the install, it's not running the script. Okay, just trigger the process to do the authorization. So once that's done, so let's just confirm this and install the trigger, so we can submit the data. Okay, so installed. So when this is installed, you should be able to check the menu here. You should be able to see this function to uninstall it. Okay, so it's either an install function or uninstall function. Okay, so when this is installed, and the next step is very important, we need to deploy the project as a web application. Okay, so go to extensions and open this app script editor. So it's going to open a new tab here. So this is the project, and don't need to worry about the code if you're not familiar with it. And create a new deployment here for the new project. Okay, so I'm going to call it GAS109. And then this is very important. So this should be your account here. And here, make sure is anyone. Okay, so if you select other thing, maybe if you select yourself, only you can sign the document with this application. So if you want to, everybody can have this access, make sure you select anyone, and then click on this deployment. So once this is done, you will be able to get a link to the application. Okay, so I need to do this authorization again. It just is the same process when we are creating the trigger, okay? So this only needs to be done at the first time, okay? All right, so this is the link. So make a copy of this link to the web application and click on done and go back to the file. And so when we get that application, the URL to the application, so in the settings tab, in row 5 here, we need to do an update here. We need to remove the old one because that one is a link to my deployments, to my version, okay? So you need to replace your own web application here. So this is the first thing, important thing here. So if I copy this link, I should be able to try it here, but it should get a page not found because this is not the link we are using, right? So get this error. But if you see this error, this actually is fine. Okay, so this is saying our application is working. It's just we are missing some data. Okay, so this is the first update you need to do in the settings. And the next update is also very important for you, okay? So because right now we are using this document here, but you don't have access to this document. Okay, maybe I can make it public, so you can try it from your side, even if you don't update it, you didn't update this application. Maybe I'm going to share it as public. Okay, so just the viewer. So you need to prepare your own document and update this link with your own document. So that's the second update you need to do in these settings. And the third one, when you made a version of your own document, make sure you publish. So go to share, I think publish to web, and then you will be able to get a link to the published version here. So make a copy of this link and in the settings, so as row 6, so this value, do a update with that one, that link which is published. You will see here it ends with pub. So this link is going to be the link we're going to see in our application, so the users can see it. All right, and so that's basically the update you need to do. And the last one, I think you need to do an update here for the folder. Because this folder is my folder, so you don't have the access to create any files in this folder. So make sure you create a folder on your Google Drive and then do a link update. So make sure you update this link here with your own Google Drive folder. So then I think this 4 links has to be updated. Okay, so then what I need to do here, so other configurations you can do here, and so header email, so that means there is a column here in the responses, so this is the header email. So because this is very important for we sending emails to the current data with the current data, right? So if this is named differently, make sure this is updated. And the header name, same logic. If you have a field called a different name, maybe another language, so you can change this value. So mapping the current data here. So right now, because I made a copy, so everything should be named like this. And if you create the form from scratch, you may be missing these columns because these columns are added manually. Okay, so make sure these columns they are there after you create the form. Okay, so all of these columns, you can rename it if you want, but make sure they are in this responses tab here. Okay, you can rename it for sure, but make sure if you rename it here, like for example, if I change this UID to ID, and you also need to update this to ID. Okay, so this is what I mean here. You can update it in both places. So this is this section here about the application update, and then you have some other updates. So for the signature section here, you have two options here. The first is the placeholder. So this placeholder is basically the placeholders on the template. This one, okay? So this is the key. The script is looking for to locate where to insert the signature image, okay? And another thing is very important. Make sure this is in a table, okay? I mean, for this special one, make sure it's in a table. So if I'm increasing, so this is actually a table. I'm using table to layout and easier for us to manage the image. So if you are putting this signature as a paragraph here somewhere, it won't work, okay? So this is very important. Make sure it's in a table, any cell in a table, okay? The other placeholders like the date, name, comments, you can place it anywhere you like, but for the signature, make sure it's in a table. So I'm going to change this back to table option. What I did here is just make the border width to 0. Okay, so we don't see the border anymore, and the placeholders. So basically, all the columns in the responses here, you can use them as placeholders. So because right now we only have 4, I think it has 3 here in the form, but in your form you can add more columns, more data you want to collect from the users, and you can use them in the template if you want. Okay, you don't have to use them, but just add this as an option so you can use it in the template. So I think that's all about the template. So we have the template, and this signature width is basically the output. So if you find maybe this 200 is too, it's basically the signature is too small or too large, so you can adjust this value to make it perfect for your design. Okay, so you can do a change here. And the last 2 sections is about email. Okay, so the first email is basically when the form is submitted, it's going to send this to the users. So this is very important. You can customize the subject here, and you also can use placeholders in the subject. And for the body here, same idea. You can customize your email here, and they support HTML. And you will see here I have a HTML tag here for the sign URL. So I can send this link to the users like this, and you can customize your email here with all HTML if you want. And then we have a BCC option here. If you want to BCC somebody or yourself, you can put the email here. This is optional if you want to use it. And if you want to send an email after the user signed document. If you want to send them an email, you can have this enabled. Okay, so basically signed email enabled. If you want to send the email, if you don't want to send an email, you just turn it off. All right, and the same idea or same logic for the subject with placeholders and the body with placeholders and HTML support, and the same signed BCC. So you can do this here. And if you want to include a PDF copy in the email as attachment, so you can have this checked. If you have this unchecked, you just send this email without the PDF attachment. Okay, so that's all the settings you can do here. All right, so let me do a update here. Let's say this is the copy test, and I'm going to say this is the copy test, and this is the copy, and I have trigger installed. I have the web application deployment done, and let me just clear the data here because they're from my copy. So let me just try to run a test. So I'm going to the live form. This should be the copy, I think. Let me confirm this. This is actually, let me just open this copy. I'm not sure if this is I'm not sure if this is a copy or not. I think it should be the copy because this is confusing. Let me just rename this. Okay, so let me do it again, just to make sure we are submitting the correct form. Live form. Okay, copy, and put my name here, and test, submit. So, okay, so this is the response here. So now it's pending, and email, I should be able to get the email, I think. But I'm also so this is the email. I updated the subject line, so I have this copy here, and I can sign it with the same process, I think. I'm going to sign it. Okay. So I think it should work, and okay, it's done. And if I'm checking the copy here, so the status is updated, the date, and the file. So if I'm checking the folder here, so the file, the signed document should be placed here, but I noticed there is a problem about the copies here. So the document, it seems like it's not saved to the folder, but I'm going to do an update after this video. It should be a very big problem here. So I think it's working. So that's basically the whole process you can to set up from scratch. Okay, and then you can do the update do the update for the form, design the form, because right now the form is just with 3 fields. Okay, it's just a simple design, simple for this demo. Okay, so I think that's all about this update, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye bye.